Hey guys, what's up? It's Aaron from iNutritionist, and today I'm going to talk to you about fats. Um, you're probably thinking, well, if I want to lose weight, I want to cut down on the fats. If I want to get lean, I want to cut down on the fats. And basically anything you want to do, you're thinking, I need to cut down on fats. Wrong. That is the wrong thing. Because actually fat should make up 30% of what you're eating daily. Okay? That's might seem as a shock to some of you guys, but fats actually are an integral part of losing weight, gaining lean muscle mass, and keeping yourself looking healthy. Sure, you could cut out all fats, and if you do that and exercise, yeah, your body will take the stored fat, but eventually, once you get that physique that you want, you're gonna have no energy. And not only are you gonna not have any energy, your skin's gonna be unhealthy and your hair is going to be unhealthy. So, fats actually do a lot, and they have an integral part. Believe it or not, you need something called a fatty acid to actually lose weight and lose the right type of weight, okay? And fats have many roles, and I'm going to go over them with you right now. So let's talk about them. Its tasks. It provides the body with the necessary fatty acids, which do break down fat and help you either gain that muscle or just lose that body fat that you want for bathing suit season. It provides stored energy for your body. We know that proteins, discussed in past videos, we know that proteins feed the muscles. We know that carbs provide quick energy. Well, fat actually provides stored energy for your body. That's important because you're going to need that. Not all times you're going to be able to eat the ideal diet where a carb can be your energy, and also that stored energy when burned can help, obviously reduce that body fat. It also helps maintain, as I said, healthy hair and skin. That's very important as well. Obviously, when you want to lose weight, you want to look good. It's not just about looking slim and looking sleek or looking ripped or looking buff. You don't want to look gross. You want to make sure that you actually look nice looking. So there's that. That's what a fat does. But let's talk about the types. You're going to see on your nutrition label, that you can see right there, that there are many different types of fats. And actually, here's a diagram that shows the different types of fats. Saturated fat. You'll see saturated fat very commonly on a lot of your food labels. Saturated fat basically means that the triglycerides in the fat bound to the saturated fatty acids, and basically in simple terms for you guys, it clogs the arteries and has LDL, or the bad cholesterol. Okay, now I'm not saying you cannot eat saturated fat. That is not the case, because you do need some saturated fat. As I said, you do need fat, period, but you do need some saturated fat to make your goal accomplished. Cheese has saturated fat in it, and a bunch of different other things have saturated fat. Saturated fat is very common in a lot of other things. But you do need saturated fat, so make sure you are buying products that do have a little bit of saturated fat in them. Polysaturated fat. Now, not many people know what polysaturated fat is. And it's not really common. I mean, you can find it in products like nuts and stuff like that. It's a better fat than saturated fat because it only contains more. Well, it contains more than one double bond in the fatty acid chain, and these are products that contain omega-3 and omega-6 oils. Some of your organic peanut butters and a bunch of other stuff, some rice cakes and things that you buy in like the organic section will contain that stuff. That stuff's very good for you, okay? Once or twice a week, if you can get a product in that has that omega-3 or omega-6, you'll be doing a good thing. Now, let's talk about monosaturated fats. These are the best types of fats you can find. And basically what they do is they provide you with HDL, which is good cholesterol, okay? You might think, okay, well, cholesterol, any kind of cholesterol is bad for me, especially if I have high cholesterol. That's not true. And that's misleading. What they tell you is that having a high cholesterol is bad. Well, it is, but really they're talking about having a large content of LDL, which is your bad cholesterol. I'm going to make it simple for you. LDL is the bad cholesterol, and HDL is the good cholesterol, and that'll help you gauge it. Monosaturated fats provide you with that HDL, and that it's good stuff, guys. Make sure you're getting it. Nuts are the great source. Make sure if you want a snack or something, nuts. You might think, oh well, trail mix. Well, the trail mix does have some sugar in it with the M&Ms and stuff, depending on what type of trail mix you get. But if you're getting a healthy nut mix, it'll become packed with those monosaturated fats. Trans fat. You might see in signs nowadays, you know, we don't use trans fat. Yeah. Okay, they don't use trans fat. Don't eat trans fat. Trans fat is very bad for you, and that's a great way to pack on the fat pounds if you're going to go that way and eat trans fat. Don't eat trans fat. And don't get misled either, though. You know, when McDonald's says we don't use trans fat when we fry our fries anymore, that's fine, but they still fry their fries. So, I mean, it's not necessarily about the type of fat they use at restaurants. So don't get misled. Don't think, oh, I can go eat McDonald's because they don't use trans fat. That's wrong. Make sure that you stay away. No trans fat whatsoever, no matter what you're trying to do. As long as you're trying to get healthy and not trying to get big and fat, use the trans fat. Okay, now let's go into some myth busting here. People tell you, oh well, if you wanna lose weight, go fat free. And a lot of you think, oh, I don't like fat free because of the taste, but I want that physique. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy fat free food. Bad. Okay, nobody should be eating fat free food. Okay, unless you're doing something and you need fat free because you're baking or cooking something and the fat would screw up the process of that. No fat free food. Okay, fat free sour cream, bad. Fat free peanut butter, bad. Fat free cottage cheese, bad. Make sure that you are getting a little bit of fat. Buy the low fat, buy the middle. Don't buy the real stuff. Don't buy the fake stuff. Buy the stuff in the middle. And you have to be careful even with the low fat stuff. Check your labels, guys, because when you look at even a low fat product, if you look at it, it might actually have additives in it that are actually worse for you than the fat of the regular kind. So make sure you know what you're buying, you know what you're eating, know what you're putting in your mouth, and make sure you have your facts straight, because it can get bad. You can, especially depending on how strict your diet is, any of those additives and some of the low fat and fat free stuff can really hurt you, and they're really bad for you. So just make sure you know what you're putting into your body when you do the low fat and no fat free. I know that's probably going to be great news for a lot of you guys that have been trying to live with fat-free products for a long time. No fat-free products. Buy either the real stuff and contain it, or buy the low-fat stuff and make sure you are controlling what you eat, and make sure you've done your research about the product. That's it for my series on the 3 types of foods, the proteins, carbs, and now fats. Those are the 3 blocks, building blocks for which you're going to be using your diet for in any type of health situation. I've gone over what the different types of foods do to your body, the different types of them are, and what types of products you need to be buying in your grocery store now that you've decided to clean out your pantry and make a diet change. These are tips that you need to follow. If you have any questions, email me at aaron216_10@yahoo.com, and I will be glad. I'll be very, very quick and glad to answer those questions for you. I'll see you next video.